I'm currently on the 4-day family vacation of 2024 here at Lake Siskiyou. We're camping. This is our 5th day, counting the drive. A lot of things have been really affecting me, and I've been thinking a lot. I want a wife. Like, I'm sick of this generation. Maybe this is just how generations are, but I feel like we're really messed up with social media and pornography. But like, I see that my generation is almost incapable of love, and not only that, but they haven't been taught how to love. Luckily, I have a great father who taught all of us kids how to be romantic and how to love and how to hold a relationship and how to just stay in love and how to care for somebody and so many things. But I just think, like, in my past, I talk like I'm an old person, but like in my youth, I was infatuated with way too many girls, and that just takes so much energy. And there's pieces of me that are put in every single one of them, and I hate being spread thin. I hate the energy of restarting relationships constantly, like sometimes within weeks and sometimes within months. And I've never had a relationship last longer than 5 months and 2 days. It's terrifying. And none of the girls I've ever really liked. Hey, stop biting me, bro. I've never liked any of the girls. Dude, stop fucking biting me, you stupid ass fly. Sorry. Trying to be sincere here. I just think, I want to travel the world with a woman. Like, with one person. I can't take my best friend. I can't, like, it fits perfectly. Like, you just stay together forever, and like, you get to travel together, you get to see the world together. And it'd be better if I learned it early, because if I found one early, found a wife early, because you get to grow together. Ooh, look at this stick some kid whittled. Anyways, you get to grow together, and you really get even closer, because if you find each other later in life, it's like you're already fully developed almost. And I used to think that, like, oh, I'm not going to get married until I'm 35. Oh, I'm not going to get married until I'm 30. I'm not going to have any kids until I'm 35. Oh, I'm not going to have any kids until I'm 30. And now I'm like, you know what? I'm open to not looking for. And it's just the idea of it sounds excellent. I mean, my cousin just got married, and I thought it was way too early. He's 22, and I'm like, why are you waiting? If you find a good partner, they are meant to help you, like, grow. Like, you help each other generously. And generosity is giving, well, I'm using a bad word here, but generosity is giving yourself without wanting anything in return. And that's just like love. It's just wanting the best for someone and doing whatever you can to make sure they live the best version of themselves. And it's like, I don't know, there's a lot of things I don't know. There's a lot of things I hope to know. But I'm realizing now I'm not against it. And maybe that's just a weird thing that happens as you grow up. It's just like, you go from being a teenager to wanting no kids, no marriage, and then you start like, oh my god, I want a baby, like baby fever almost. Like, that happens with girls, not really with guys. But maybe it's just hormonal as you grow up. But I definitely would like a wife. Like, I think, like, how awesome would it be to spend a couple years being an absolute hippie and living in a van and traveling, like, everywhere with one girl that you just know each other so well. I don't know. I'm saying this because, like, I see so many people who are just incapable of marriage. People I worked with at a bar were near mid-20s, late 20s. All of them, I'd say, completely immature and incapable of having a true relationship because of how they lived their youth. For example, my dad told me, when you have sex with multiple people, there's a part of your brain, like, when you have sex, you literally become one, and you share DNA, and you become part of that person. And that not only is scriptural, but that's biological. And I'm not a very religious person at all, but I'm just saying that's what he was telling me. And when you have sex with multiple people, you not only bind together, but when you separate, that separation is so painful that when you do it multiple times, you end up building a habit, and you end up becoming one. And it's just, I don't know, there's a lot of things I don't know, but I just I was just closing it off completely. You just quiet that part of your brain, and you stop feeling it almost, because there's no other way to really go around it. And he told me that his biggest regret of his childhood or of his youth was falling in love with that. And it's like, it's a big mistake that kids nowadays are normalized to, because we accept the reality we're given. Obviously, there's some things that are natural, like if you show an Amish group of people two dudes kissing, they're gonna be like, what the fuck, hold on, because it's just like or like if you show people guts, like naturally you're like, ooh, like there's certain things that like we have intuition for, kind of like, I can't think of the word for it, but like how animals just know to do things, like butterflies know to fly to Canada and back, or like certain bugs know to dig a hole in the ground. Like they weren't taught that, but they just know. It's like there's just certain things in us. I'm getting off track. He was saying that like you silence that and you then like are unable to bind yourself with one, and it takes quote unquote half a lifetime to undo that. And it's like, it's just so dangerous. I fear for our generation. People don't understand how beautiful that is to get married and have one person. Like, why is this such a bad thing? We get bored of them? Work through that. Talk. Like, grow together. Like, if it truly, what a marriage is like you find that ideal person to just be open to, not looking for. And that's like the biggest thing of when I was growing up. The community I grew in was Thomas Aquinas College community. Oh man, I could say so many bad things about them, but like they're not open to, but they're looking for. You know what I mean? Like they're not looking for, they are seeking it out, so they find it as soon as possible. Like, and then they have a competition of who can have the most kids. Like, but it's like it's like subconscious. But like, it's when you're forcing it, you're gonna find it wherever you can, and the marriage isn't gonna be the greatest. Whereas it's like, yeah, I'd like to get married one day, and you like save yourself in a sense of like your energy, your body count, your like everything, like you're preparing for it. You know, if you have it in mind, there's a certain way you act, and you respect yourself a lot more, to be honest. Like people nowadays have no self-respect. Like it's really sad. It's really sad. And we've just turned a blind eye. Oh, no, it's fine. You don't know what you're talking about. Or like, oh, that's you, not me. Like, no, it's like people will do whatever they can mentally to justify whatever they're doing. So it's like, think about like in an argument, both people think they're wrong. In fact, everybody in the world thinks they're right with whatever they're doing until they're proved wrong. And even then the ego steps in and it's like, ah. So it's like, our generation has built an ego growing up around, I get to do whatever I want. And not only do you not know what you don't know, so you don't understand that you're living a life of pleasure, not joy. And pleasure does not last forever. Joy is eternal, I swear. I don't remember the words for it, but that's right. It's just, this generation's sad. And also just like girls. I've met a significant, like a very surprising amount of women who are addicted to porn. And I'm like, that is so unattractive. Not only is it unattractive in men, but like girls. Just go read 50 Shades of Grey. Like, really. But it's just, our generation is so over-sexualized. For example, Target. Fuck you, Target. I have no respect for Target. They put tuck pants in the 6-year-old section. Really? That kid doesn't even know what it is to be gay unless you teach him. But even then, he doesn't really understand. I don't know. So many things that are morally wrong. Oh, this was good. I really hope that people are still watching this, because the true, the good, the beautiful. Oh, man, my dad ranted on that for an hour on the way up here, and I love it so much. Society, since the 1920s, when the modern era of art came in, said to the hell with beauty. This is what is better. Like the guy who started modernism, I forgot his name, but it's like a French dude. And he said, the home is a machine for living. It was no longer about beauty. It was about efficiency, profit maximum, or maximum profit. And yeah, and so it was like a box with bare necessities. And it's like, that's what things have become, is like there's no longer intricate beauty because it takes too long. And my dad is a traditional architect, and so he's finding no work nowadays because everybody wants fast and easy, which mathematically is much worse. And he was explaining that, sure, your $250 million cathedral costs it's $250 million, but that's modernism. It's made out of metal and just shit. Whereas he could design one for $300 million that is made out of stone and is crafted beautifully. It takes way longer to build, but in the long run, his cathedral will last 500 to 1,000 years. It'll stand. And then you have to do a little bit of repairs every now and then. So in the long run, his will cost $500 million. The $250 million cathedral is shit, and in 50 years, it'll have to be torn down and built another. In 50 years, it's already $500 million. 1,000 years? Dude, $1.5 billion cathedral. It's retarded. But anyways, when beauty was detached from the world, not only do our environments become ugly, and we become actually less intelligent, and we have much less taste. That's just a fact. When kids are raised around a good environment of good taste, or beauty, they have better taste naturally. But when beauty is taken out of it, it detaches the good and the true. And when the truth and the good are detached, floating around, that's when you get people like Lizzo. I mean, she's funny, so it's fine. But like, you get the body positivity. You get the, oh, I'm fat and that's okay. You get the plus size modeling. It's because we've detached our brains. We don't even know, but like we're attached from beauty, or detached from beauty. And then it's like the truth of what beauty is gone. It's floating around and people don't even have a sense of it. The good, it's no longer there. It's like, that's like, oh no, this is what's good. And it's all about opinion now. And it's like the example of the toilet in the museum, or the banana on the wall, the art pieces that were really significant. It's like, that's so disgusting. Like, there's no more beauty in it. So it's like, we're like, oh, it's like the truth and the good. I don't know how to say it as well as he did, because my mind is so inferior to his. But the beauty has been taken out of our society. The truth is falling, and the good things are dying. And I want a wife. There's my morning rant. My brain's not even thinking. I woke up 20 minutes ago and I'm just drawing right now. Yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments. Oh, I hate saying that, but I want a conversation about this. I feel like, last thing real quick, I feel like I spoke too much in a technical term. Like, for a wife, I'm sick of wasting time on multiple people. Not at once, but I mean, like, just in general. I just want one to just get deeper and deeper and deeper connection, stronger and stronger, falling more in love. Like, love is awesome. It's fucking awesome. And it's underrated, to be honest. And it's just spending time with one person, growing together, not having to worry about the moronic, is that a word? The morons of this day. And not having to worry about all these sluts everywhere. And not having to worry, like, am I gonna get some, like, it's not even about not having worry. It's just, it would just be so nice. Like, it's just so nice, you know? Like, I don't even know how to put it into words. Maybe that's definitely something I need to dive more into, but thought I'd talk about it. And moreover, like, the low level of not only intelligence nowadays, but just the low level of respect, or like, everything's based upon sex. Like, that is the lowest level. Like, how about mental? Like, like, it's just, it's sad that relationships are sought out for sex. And like every sect I see, like, everything is sexual. Everything's over sexualized. I just want a deep connection, you know? And it's like, almost like the more bodies, the more, it's like a higher status. Like it's like a competition. It's really sad, and it's like people don't argue for it anymore. Like it's normalized to have a high body count. Like you can't argue against it. It's like oh well, it's okay. Like I don't really pay attention to it since like I don't know how to duplicate it, but this world is sad.